Alright, so ever since yesterday, I was actually doing a whole guide on the new raid system with the rumbling raid. And I kind of forgot there's 2 raids since, you know, they said 2 challenging raids in the update log. So yeah, this time I'm gonna go ahead and go through the midnight attack with Datara's boss and the whole Naruto raid storyline. So let's go ahead and go through it.
Now let's do this!
Alright, I'm gonna get straight into this one. As you can see, everything is basically the same, including some of the notes, but I just changed up, you know, with the shards, with the capsules, etc. And I added a little bit more recommendations just because of the fact that this raid is actually a little bit more harder because they actually have stuns. If you already don't make it to the Naruto act, Datara actually summons clones that explode, and on explosion, they stun you for around like 3 seconds or something like that. It's crazy. It's crazy, but let's get started. So the enemies, the first enemy that you're gonna face is the Desert Assassin. His HP goes from 1.3k HP all the way up to 14,000 in the end. And like I said last time, none of these HP changes with the amount of people in your party, so it'll always stay the same. Also, the Desert Assassin is slightly faster than a normal unit, so be careful, keep that in mind. I'll tell you a pretty cool trick to actually kill these guys early on. But next up, you got the explosive clones. They look like Datara, but they're made out of clay and they explode. They start with 2.7k HP and end up having 30,000. They have normal speed and only a small stun radius, so like the explosion is pretty small, not as big as these other ones that we're gonna get into. The next one is the clay art, 8.2k HP through 61,000 HP, so it's getting up there. It's getting pretty high. They're normal speed, but the stun is pretty medium. It's a little bit bigger than explosive clone, and these guys actually come out pretty early in the game, so you gotta watch out. Next up, you got the clay bird. These clay birds, honestly, they're menaces. They're menaces early on. They will summon around like wave 6. They're kind of like the airships, but for the Naruto raid. They start with 6.5k HP and they have 35,000 HP in the end. And the reason why I say they're menaces is because they start off with 6.5k HP and they're very fast. Like I said, they're like airships. They fly past you pretty quickly, so you gotta get rid of them fast. And they also explode. They got a medium stun radius. Third to last, we got the giant explosive clone. They're basically like the explosive clone, but sized up, and they're way bigger. They got 62,000 HP when you first encounter them and end up having 140,000 HP. Their normal speed, just like the Datara one, and they have a large stun radius. So we're getting into the big territories now. These guys have huge radiuses. Somehow place a unit at the front, they probably reach from there all the way to the middle. It's huge. You also got the clay dragon. This is probably one of the first difficult mobs besides the boss that you're gonna encounter. They got 250,000 HP and end up having 300k. They're really fast for a unit that has this much HP, and they have a huge stun radius. I think it might be even bigger with the explosive clone, but I didn't really see a difference. And then finally, of course, the boss Datara, 388,000 HP. He's pretty quick just because he's riding his bird clay thingy, and from time to time he does summon random explosive units up to like 3 or 4, something like that. It's pretty crazy. And at the end, once he does die, just like in the show, he commits kamikaze suicide and explodes. But it doesn't stop there. He actually summons a little bit more in the end. I might be tripping, but every single time that I played, he summons more units at the end. It was like every single unit including the dragon, so you gotta watch out for that. Besides that, that's all the units. Now let's get inside the notes. These notes are basically the same from the other video. As you can see, HP does not scale with the amount of players. Raid actually added this part. Raid opens every 170 minutes or 2 hours and 50 minutes. Raid opens for 60 minutes or 1 hour. The usual raid completion for me at least is around 14 to 17 minutes. If it's higher than that, then the team might be a little slower, but it's alright. As long as you get it done, it's good. And this raid is slightly harder than the AOT raid because of the stuns. I will tell you, these stuns can mess you up. They can mess you up. That's why you need a lot of range in this one. And just like the other one, ticket costs 1.5k. Radar is 130 Robux, doubles in reward raids. Naruto actually costs 50 shards, B shards. And then I found out what the path branch and seal scroll actually is. They're used for crafting the mythical versions of the characters, just like the seal scroll right here. You could use this to craft the legendary Naruto into the mythical one. And then for completion, you get 200 gems, 50 XP, 1 sand capsule. A sand capsule gives around 5 to 10 B shards, so that's really good. And then like I said before, Naruto is obtainable through Mikasa or capsules. The new Naruto unit costs 4 Narutos and 1 seal scroll, including the one that you want to evolve. And then the mythical Naruto right now is probably meta. If you get it, somebody told me that at level 21, max upgraded, it did 3,000 damage plus with the 4 SPA and 20 plus range. That's nuts. That's crazy. That's not even max level. Max level will probably be like 5k, 6k, somewhere around there. And you have a 4 SPA. That's like a Levi. And then recommendations, bring low cost units but high damage units, just like Dio, Giorno, and Erwin, etc. Next up, you want to bring high damage, high AoE, and this is probably one of the bigger ones, and high range as well. People who have high range will be really useful in this one because the blast might not reach them and they keep keep attacking. Units like Broly, Shanks, Akainu, Madara, etc. And then bring useful utility units. I see mostly people bringing like Pain and All Might, but you could bring all these other ones, Katakuri, All Might, Whitebeard, Pain, and deal with TS. I also recommend using Bulma over Speedwagon just because she does give more money around wave 10. Unless you don't have her, that's alright. Have a party of 4 to 6 this time since this one is a little harder. If you could do it with 3, that's great. Place 1 attack unit, DOR Owen, near the first turn. I'll show you guys in a bit here, but the first turn you want to place all your units down in, or if you have other people that could handle it and they're really good, go ahead. Also, you want to spread your units down the path, and then always, I tell you always, people don't have a brain. They always go for the farming first and don't upgrade their units, but always upgrade your units in dire situations, because people like they wanna increase their farming units to get more money, right? But then the units pass, they got the money, but they're already close to the base and you lose. It's pretty crazy how people just die to that. Fuck the money unit. Alright, now let's get into the actual raid. Alright, so we're inside the raid right here, and we're about to get our first 300 cash, and look at what everybody does. Look at what everybody does off the bat. All Dios right there, and it kills the desert assassins fairly quickly, and that's how you defend. We got even a 4th Dio in the back, so that's really good. You just want to keep that defense up. As you can see, nobody's farming yet. You want to get past these clones just to ensure their survival, basically. We also got a Giorno on the front and a Todoroki building up to its stun, or it's slow. I don't really know what he does. Pretty sure he's slow, so that's really good. And around this wave, as you can see, we actually start farming since we have a bunch of units in the back. So you can start farming early as long as you have a bunch of protecting units. We got like 2, 4, 5 Dios, 1 Irwin, a Madara, 2 Giornos, and a Todoroki. This is a perfect setup just because later on we're also gonna have Pains, and Pain is gonna push them back. I also bought Blackbeard just so he can lower the HP and give that defense buff, or debuff, my bad. And there's the first clay art. As you can see, it doesn't make it too far, but this corner right here, this is where you want to stack in the first place and then start spreading out. This whole line right here, you want to place as many units that are decently upgraded, doing good amount of damage, but they might be getting past it. Don't worry about it, they're all gonna die. Now if we fast forward, as you can see, we got a whole line of units now. Madaras, Brolys. I placed all my Brolys right here. Around wave 12, you should have a max Bloma by now, and then the clay birds start coming in, but no, they're dying. Easy dub right here. We also got a Shanks right here, going crazy. But as you can see, Clay Dragon, he's not making it far. We got Dio time stops in the front. We got Blackbeard. We got Pain pushing everything back. This is just a well set up team, and nobody was talking, so they knew what they were doing. But look at the boss's HP once it arrives. The HP gets absolutely melted, even faster than Aaron, just because of the fact that everything could reach it, and the stuns aren't reaching everything in the back as well. But he is summoning stuff, so that's like the main part of it, like that annoys people. But as long as you have things that could stop it, push it back, anything like that, you're great. You're good to go. But that's not the end of it. Like I said, once he does die, he does a massive stun explosion that lasts for quite a bit and summons some more units in the end, just like this. Boom, white flash. But summon some units right here, as you can see. White bird, dragon, some clones, giant clones, but we got rid of them pretty easily. So yeah, that's it. Just have a decent team that knows what they're doing, and yeah, raids are gonna be good to go, and that might be rare. So good luck. If I missed anything, definitely leave it in the comments below. I need to know everything since I want to make the most efficient way. But yeah, good luck farming. Have fun trying to get these units, and yeah, see you later. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. Welcome. If you guys already haven't, you should definitely like, subscribe, comment, and hit that notification bell if you're new or if you want to help the channel grow. I've already said that a million times, but definitely do it. Anyways, there's these 2 videos right here that you might like to watch. Go check them out if you want to, but if not, you know, have a damn good day or night. Peace.